Well, I guess it's that time of year again, guys. The League of Ireland off season means one thing and one thing only: the return of the LOI transfer show. I hope you're all keeping very, very well, and if you do go on to enjoy this video, please make sure to drop a like on it down below. It means an awful, awful lot, and please do subscribe if you are new around here. But without further ado, let's jump straight into some transfer rumours and some of the done deals across the league so far. If you want to see this as like a weekly update type thing, I'm more than happy to do that, so make sure to smash the like button as I said, and make sure to comment down below to let me know if you want to see more of this type of content. But we will start off with Bohemians. They have made one signing of note so far in the off-season, and that is of course Dale Rooney. This is a really, really shrewd piece of business. It's an interesting one as well. Dale Rooney, of course, a winger they've picked up from Drogheda. He of course had a really, really good season last year, kind of a breakthrough year for Drogheda, and to be fair, obviously Jack Moylan won the Goal of the Season award, but Dale Rooney was robbed. I'm a Shells fan saying that, but Dale Rooney was robbed. He could have had his own Goal of the Season competition. He had 3, 4, 5 unbelievable goals this season, and I believe I saw a stat that he had the second most chances created in the league this year. And of course he was playing in a great, like a Drogheda side that overachieved probably, but still a side down the bottom of the table, and he really excelled and did very, very well. A lovely left foot, a kind of a natural left kind of sided player, can play on the right as well, cutting in on that left foot, but I do prefer him on the left, kind of bombing down the line, whipping balls in, taking shots and stuff. So yeah, a good little pickup for Bohemians. It's interesting though to see what will happen now with kind of Danny Grant on that side, Chris Twardick, you've Ali Coote who can maybe play off to the left hand side as well. You kind of have your Declan McDades of the world, and there's probably missing one or two more as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see if there's any kind of movement on that front from Bohemians. Will they get rid of one or two? Will they kind of keep that and rotate that squad a little bit? It's gonna be interesting to see, but I think this is a really shrewd pickup and a nice start to the transfer window for Bohemians for sure. Now, one big heavily rumoured exit is Jonathan Afolabi. Of course, he was Bohemians' top goal scorer last season, and the kind of their talisman, the kind of team was built around Jonathan Afolabi. And Declan Devine, one of the things he did get right this season, of course he's coming for a lot of criticism from Bohemians fans due to the 6th place finish and obviously not winning the cup, etc. But one of the things he did definitely get right this year was the use of Afolabi. He kind of built the team around him, regained Afolabi's confidence. He's had a kind of poor couple of years, Afolabi, where he was in Scotland, and then for his first kind of year or half a year with Bowes, he wasn't really getting off the mark. But whether it was a purple patch or this is him coming into his own now kind of remains to be seen still, but he had a really, really good season. He's a handful. He's so strong, he's quick, he can kind of do it all. He's kind of good on both feet as well, and kind of a natural goal scorer. And of course in the League of Ireland, if you are a top class number 9, you're really going to get picked up by maybe a Shamrock Rovers who have the biggest budget in the league, or if you're even kind of considered more than that, you will get picked up by an English side, and it does look as though he will make the jump across the pond. We remains to be seen what happens there. It is reported, I believe, by the Independent that a €250,000 bid has come in from an unnamed championship club. Now, as Bohemians, that offer would be very, very tempting. Obviously it's a decent fee for Afolabi, and he has 1 year left on his deal, so it is definitely one to consider. Apparently they haven't actually made a decision on that bid yet, and potentially it could rise. They could get a little bit more money than that. Hopefully from Bo's point of view, that they can get a little bit more money for him, because he is a hell of a player to have to replace heading into the new season. So it remains to be seen what exactly goes down there. One thing is for sure, Jonathan Afolabi is a wanted man this winter, and I'd be surprised to see him tog out for Bowes at the start of the 2024 campaign, to be honest. Moving on to Derry City. Now, they've made one big signing so far this window, and it is of course experienced winger Daniel Kelly, of course formerly of the likes of Bray, Bowes, and most recently of course Dundalk, and he had a really, really solid spell there. A very consistent winger. He offers you pace on that right hand side, and a natural right sided winger, and he will offer a lot to Derry. Whether he'll play week in week out remains to be seen. It's not guaranteed. In terms of Derry have a lot of quality in their side, but he's a really, really shrewd pickup. He was consistent for Dundalk. He scored a lot of big goals for them as well. It's a big loss for Dundalk, of course, and the likes of Daniel Kelly and Pat Hoban leaving there, big job for them this winter. But Daniel Kelly, nice little pickup for Derry. It'll add to their forward options as they hunt down their first league title in a while and try and close that gap to Shamrock Rovers. So Daniel Kelly, shrewd little pickup, I think. Shamrock Rovers have picked up a couple of players so far as well. They picked up Josh Honohan from Cork City, of course, a young kind of versatile defender. I'll be honest, haven't seen a whole lot of them, but Cork City fans seem to have rated him as a good prospect. obviously went down with them this season. But the last time we saw Shamrock Rovers pick up a player that was relegated, it turned out to be Liam Scales, of course, now a fully fledged Irish international playing in the Champions League. So not a bad pick up last time they did it. So yeah, that'll be an interesting one for them. Add to their depth in the defensive areas, which is big, of course. And another signing they've made is Lee Stacey as well, the goalkeeper picked up from the First Division. He'll come in as backup to Leon Poles by the look. It looks like Stephen Bradley will go with Leon Poles as his first choice keeper. And Shamrock Rovers fans, any of you guys watching this video, let me know what you think of that down in the comments below. Is Leon Poles ready to step up to be number one? Of course, we've seen a couple of dodgy moments from him when he's got his opportunity, but of course coming in as a second choice is that you're always a bit rusty. You need to get those games under your belt to really get into the groove of things, so don't want to judge him too early. But it does seem like a big move and a big decision not to bring somebody in and bring in a number one. And I heard there was rumours that Ed McGinty could be going back to maybe a Sligo or back to the League of Ireland. He's not getting a lot of game time at Oxford. That is someone that I tipped to go to Shamrock Rovers a couple of years ago when he was still at Sligo. I think Shamrock Rovers should definitely be keeping an eye on Ed McGinty's movements this winter, because that would be a nice pick-up for them, and I think he's a better goalkeeper than those two options as well. But yeah, Lee Stacey, really solid, really reliable. Number two, had a great season in the First Division last year, so deserves this move, but obviously coming in as a number two for the champions. Speaking of goalkeepers at Shamrock Rovers, of course, Alan Manis has retired, an absolute legend of the club, won multiple trophies with them. He's retired, of course, and a couple of other experienced players have left the door in Ronan Finn, who's gone to UCD. He's finishing, I think he's doing a Masters there, so a great pickup for UC in the First Division. It's an outstanding signing for them, and it just shows you the advantages of having what they can offer, really. So a huge pickup for UCD in the First Division. He's instantly the best player in that league, but obviously a big loss in dressing room for Shamrock Rovers, and it's going to be interesting to see how that affects the club and everything, the dressing room and everything. It's a massive loss. Manis, Finn, and of course Sean Gannon, who has moved to Shelbourne as well, which we'll get on to. But yeah, a couple of big name departures for Shamrock Rovers, and a couple of loans, of course, have come to an end. A couple of players that were big enough, featured quite a lot last year, in fairness. Johnny Kenny, of course, returns to Celtic. Trevor Clark returns to Bristol Rovers. It does look like he may come back to League of Ireland. I don't think well, I believe actually, because I remember Joey Barton lambasted Trevor Clark in the media. It was really shambolic what he did. It was really bad. Joey Barton's bad management. He's not really known for it, in fairness, so I'm not sure who's going in at Bristol Rovers, but maybe he'll get an opportunity there. Remains to be seen. I think we could well see him back at Shamrock Rovers though, this winter potentially. And then of course Marcus Poom as well, who was impressive in his stay in Tala. So he's gone back, I believe, to Flora Talon. His loan deal has come to an end as well. So yeah, a good few outs for Shamrock Rovers, but yeah, their business is by no means over. They've still a lot of work to do, and no doubt they will get amongst it in the next couple of weeks / months. Mentioned him there, but Mr. Sean Gannon, of course, has joined Damien Duff's Shelbourne as they embark on their European tour this season in 2024. An exciting move for Shells if they can keep Sean Gannon fit. Of course, he's one of, if not the best, fullbacks in the league. He has been for a decade now. I think he's won 10 Premier Division titles, which is incredible. One of the most decorated footballers in League of Ireland history, and that experience is going to be pivotal to Shells. Obviously, I think he's played with Joey O'Brien, who's the assistant manager at Shells before, so has that relationship there. So yeah, a shrewd signing for Shells. If they can keep him fit, it's an outstanding upgrade on what they've had previously, and he brings so much experience to the dressing room on and off the pitch. He'll be huge, and especially going into the European campaign, he'll bring a lot to that as well. Another experienced player brought in by Damien Duff. Would be interesting to see if this is kind of a feature of his business, whether is he going for those more experienced options. He's brought in League of Ireland veteran Keith Ward. Be interesting to see what kind of part he plays this season. Of course, he's a very influential player off the bench for Dundalk. He caused a lot of problems at times. We all know what he can do. So yeah, he's another option for Shells. Obviously Shells have lost a lot of players towards the end of the season. Of course, they've lost the two Hull City lads that they had on loan, Will Jarvis and Harry Wood, who were outstanding in getting them 4th place in the end. They were pivotal, and they probably nearly definitely wouldn't have got it without those two lads. So they'll be huge misses, huge blows We of course have Connor Kane, who left the club. I believe he's joined Drogheda United. We have J.R. Wilson, who has left the club as well, who's gone to Sligo Rovers. So we're kind of seeing Duff kind of turn over the squad and try and improve in those fullback areas. Luke Byrne has retired from football, the captain of Shelbourne. That's a massive blow to the dressing room, to the pitch. Duff said he's one of the best captains he's ever worked with, and you only have to look at his resume to see the kind of players he's worked with as captain, John Terry and the like. So to say have Luke Byrne in that, obviously not in terms of quality, but in terms of the type of player he is and type of bloke he is, it's going to be a huge blow to Shells to lose Luke Byrne. And be interesting to see if he maybe comes on in some capacity, maybe working with an underage team in a coaching role or something. I'd like to see something like that for Luke as his next step. But yeah, remains to be seen. Take some time out. But yeah, what a career for Luke Byrne. And yeah, to finish it off by getting Shells into Europe is an outstanding way to see out his career. So yeah, and then of course the big one for Shells, the big blow, is star boy Jack Moylan. Of course, joining Lincoln City. He was phenomenal this season. I think he's up for Young Player of the Year, and he probably should win it. Joint top goal scorer in the league. Really came in clutch towards the end. The last two games, obviously, against the UCD, a narrow win in the second last game. He scored a hat-trick in a 3-2 win, and then in the final game against Drogheda, what did he score? 2 in the 4-2 win? Obviously, there was it 2-1 down or something? I can't remember off the top of my head. 2-0 down. Sorry, 2-0 down. Came back to win 4-2. I believe he scored twice in that one as well. So yeah, Jack Moylan, you just need to look at his highlight reel to see how much quality he brought to Shells, and he really stepped it up this season. Deserves his move to Lincoln. Wish him all the best. He will, no doubt about it, smash it over there. He's an outrageously good, talented football player. But yeah, for Shells, it's a huge blow. But yeah, we knew that he was leaving. Everyone knew that he was leaving, and we wish him all the very best. And he did say that he was going to do everything he could to get us European football, and he delivered on that promise. So he leaves a club legend in my eyes. What a 2 years he spent at the club. Moving on then to St. Patrick's Athletic. A couple of big signings from them. A couple of lads brought in from Derry City, a lot of young players. King Kavanagh returns to the club, striker option. So that's a big move for Pats to get him in as a good striker option. Of course, they've lost a couple, which we'll get on to as well. But Brandon Kavanagh comes in, of course, from Derry as well. A fantastic signing. A really good player, and probably was he underused a little bit by Derry last season potentially. But yeah, we all know his ability. He's a fantastic footballer, and he will add to St. Pat's strength and depth, no doubt about it. And St. Pat's will be looking as alongside Derry to really chase down Shamrock Rovers for his title next season 100%. And Pat's could definitely be a little dark horse in that title race, especially due to the signing of Rory Keating, the player who was nominated for the Player of the Season award despite being relegated with Cork City. He is in contention for winning Player of the Year. He scored 13-14 goals in the league last season for a really poor side. He kind of carried them on his shoulders and was the reason that they kind of nearly stayed up in the playoffs, and they were kind of not within touching distance of 8, but thereabouts or whatever. So yeah, he's obviously a huge loss for Cork, but obviously was expected when they got relegated. So for St. Pat's, it's a great pickup. But I saw does this surprise anyone else that he was 28? Did anyone else think he was younger? It just surprised me for some reason. Maybe I don't know anything about football, but if that surprised you, let me know in the comments, because it shocked me that he was 28. I thought he was like 24 or something. But yeah, Rory Keating, no doubt about it, a really good signing for St. Pat's, and will he carry on that form next season remains to be seen. A couple of departures for St. Pat's. Obviously, Conor Carty's loan spell has come to an end. He was leading the line. That kind of explains the couple of striker options that they've brought in so far this winter. Owen Doyle obviously left during the season as well. He retired. And of course, Mark Doyle, cup final hero. He scored the equalising goal in the cup final. He always seemed to come up trumps for St. Pat's in big moments. He always seems to score big goals for them. So that's another big blow for St. Pat's. Always kind of Mr. Reliable, works very hard for the team, and he's a loss for sure. He's rumoured to be going to America, I believe. So wish him the best of luck in his travels. But yeah, good bit of activity so far in the League of Ireland. If I've missed out on any signings, let me know down in the comments below, and if you've heard any rumours as well, let me know down in the comments below. And as I said at the start of the video, if you want to see this as kind of a weekly feature, do let me know as well. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like on it down below. Make sure to subscribe. I really appreciate you tuning in. Take it easy. I'll catch you in a bit.